Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. Well, every region seems to be getting very protective, especially with the agitations going on and the fact that no one knows tomorrow if there may likely be a breakup or a referendum or even a restructuring where each region now is left to carry its own cross. Well, as it is, the Southeast are ready to begin to talk over or talk. They're actually talking over issues that are bothering them. And don't forget, when it comes to the issue of transport business, especially when it comes to importation, then port is actually very important. And they're screaming at the top of their voice over a lot of things. Now there comes the issue of marginalization again. But before going to the newspaper to find out what, especially the Anambra people are saying in Southeast, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you'll see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, the FG orders contractors to terminate rail at port. While the Southeast Shippers Association has protested the constant suspension of activities at Onitsha River Port in Anambra State. The group said that Onitsha Port is a natural deposit which Nigeria should focus on the revenue it generates rather than politics of ethnicity. The president of Anambra State Shippers Association, Mr. Emma Nkpaka, in a protest letter, described the suspension of activities at the port as politically motivated against the Southeast zone. The group lamented the dilapidated Niger Road that connects the river port to the main market that has become a death trap for the users. We see it as a political sabotage against us. We don't want what happened to Warri Port to happen in Onitsha Port. Warri Wharf was labeled a gateway for arms and ammunition. Those who should protect were silent because they did not know it was conspiracy. Until those who were illegally disengaged moved to the creeks to ferment trouble. When Onitsha River Port became operational in 2017, we celebrated and expected that going forward, Onitsha will be in the same page with Jakarta in Indonesia and China, Bangkok in Thailand, among others. Indeed, that expectation was right, but there is no enabling environment to augment the contribution of the Federal Ministry of Transport. Niger Street, the only road that links to the wharf to Onitsha main market, has collapsed. Our expectation since 2017 is that this road will be rehabilitated with speed. But the road is so bad that any heavy-duty truck that tries to pass through it must fall. Therefore, Anambra State Shipper are calling on the state government to come to our aid immediately by giving this road a facelift. This under the guise of internally generated revenue. This action has frustrated many of our customers. We equally advise Governor Willie Obiano to facilitate the building of a jetty at the bank of the River Niger. Meanwhile, as part of effort to decongest the port and end the intractable gridlock along Apapa Oshodi Expressway, the federal government has ordered relevant authorities to ensure that all rail lines terminate at the port. This is now getting quite serious. As some hours ago, we're pleasantly surprised that the president actually agreed or signed that those who fought the Biafran chaos between Nigeria and Biafra, the ex-soldiers actually have been inculcated into the pension scheme of the Nigerian military, and about 102 of them thereabout. And there was quite a wide jubilation. Oh, finally, bit by bit, the government of the day is looking towards the issues of the Igbos. And if you're conversant with the Nigerian geopolitical zones and the resources that is embedded in this geopolitical zone, you will agree with me that Lagos, Warri, Onne, thereabout, yeah, and on Onitsha seaport, no, that's a river port, has been operational. Yeah, they have been blessed with such ports that can actually allow even Calabar Port. Yeah, I think Calabar Port was actually one of them as well. They are blessed with ports that can actually allow ships to move in and move out. Which means among every other transport network, they are blessed with river water and water bodies that can help them do a little. And don't forget that the Ndibos are majorly businessmen. Okay, yes, they do other things amongst all, but majorly businessmen, and they do a lot of importation. All right, so they need places like this, like One, like Apapa Wharf, you know, and all those places so they can easily. But if you are conversant with this particular transport mode, you will realize that one of the gridlock of transport traffic gridlock you can ever imagine is the one in Wharf, Apapa Wharf. If you enter there, you remain there. Honestly, it's as if that place, the whole human truck and everything is that's where it all ends. And now to decongest, a lot of people have been saying that wharf, Apapa Wharf, and all those Tinkan Island and the rest are actually politically motivated, being the fact that some other regions are also blessed with some of the sports. Why don't we just harness it so that there can be decongestion? Not all imported goods, imported containers must pass through wharf or paper wharf. And the money you even spend in importing it from other countries to Nigeria and from Nigeria to other parts of the states in Nigeria, it's a mind blowing, because hey, the money you spend just being out of the wharf and moving from that Papa wharf down to the traffic and all that, the time wasting, it's something that most importers dread. But now there's Onitsha wharf, the Onitsha seaport. Why don't you harness it? Peradventure, if anything happens to them, Nigeria needs to restructure. Let it be that as they are restructuring, they already have on ground functional seaport or river port or whatever port that can allow importation of goods and exportation of goods and services moving freely. And with the port functional, it will even enable and encourage a lot of Ndibos, a lot of businessmen, a lot of people that doesn't necessarily have to be Ndibos, but those who are even customers of those who import, they can easily come down to the southeast and easily come down to Onitsha, Anambra, and from Anambra they can actually easily transport their goods. Imagine if the one in One in Rivers is functional, the one in Warri is functional, the ones in Calabar is functional, the one in Onitsha is functional, and then you don't need to go down way down to southwest or way down to Kaduna. I heard that there's dry port in Kaduna, but you could just do it within the southeast, okay, and feed the people around you, and that way you decongest Lagos and the teeming population that keep moving down to the southwest. You see, a lot of people will now start moving down to the southeast, and that way there will be equal development. I guess that's going to wrap it up. And now you now understand why some persons are saying the Ndibos are marginalized. Let's meet in that comment section. What's your take?